What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another Arsenal and chill with my brother from another mother, Colin. Talk to the people, Colin. How you doing, my friend?
Settle in, lads. Settle in. It's going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one, man. It's going to be a big one. Before we get into it, please, obviously, before we get into it, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff to make the channel grow on the road to 700. Big thanks to you guys that have subscribed already. Let's keep it moving, guys. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into the weekend's events. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Now, Colin, before the game, let me know what you thought about heading into it. Were you confident that we were going to win? What was your thoughts going into it, bro?
I wasn't confident. Do you know why I wasn't?
Why?
Because we've not played well for the majority of this season, and one win against Tottenham is not going to get me gassed because, look, Tottenham are shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, honestly, if anyone was thinking after the Spurs game that we were going to go on a run, you're delusional. Like, we seen it yesterday with Tottenham. They got spanked off of Everton. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and nah. This is why I don't get. This is why I don't get overconfident, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't let one result fool you, bro. You can't. You know? And we're sitting here, 20th of January, right? And all we're hearing is summer moves. Okay? Now, all I've heard is Arsenal are exploring the idea of Victor Osimhen. Funny how that comes out right after the Villa game.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Arsenal are admiring Dusan Vlahovic, but if they were to sign him, it'll be a loan deal.
No.
Okay. Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal are keen on the player, but he's the number one target for the summer. Okay. Now I know where you stand. Now I know where you stand because, and I'm telling you this, I am not under any circumstances being fooled by this club.
Yeah.
All right. Because all I've heard is summer this, summer that, enough. Right. And then Mikel Arteta on Sky, was it not even literally this morning, says he's comparing our bad form to like it raining and not having a jacket, and I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Well, you sound like Wenger, bro. Like, why is he coming out with all these quotes and these theories and these obviously explanations on why the team's not doing well? What about you? Why are you not doing your job? Why are you not getting the best out of the team?
Mate, honestly, the guy, this is why I can't trust him. Like, I can't even listen to the guy anymore. I can't listen to him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you know what, actually? Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the full quotes up now because I do not want to misconstrue it, but listen, when you actually hear it, it's madness. It's actually mad. Like, I don't understand it. I really don't. Like, we're just God. All right. So, on the mood around Arsenal being subject to huge volatility, the most he's ever experienced. I'll tell you this. You know why it's volatile? Because the performances are shit.
Yeah,
that's why.
All season as well. Facts.
He says, well, it is volatile because you have certain expectations. No shit, Mikel. And when the expectation is to win, it's volatile for all the teams that are in that category. It is volatile because you are there or you're not good enough. That's it. And not good enough means a result. It doesn't necessarily mean a performance in sport, but we have to accept that, honestly. Like, you just hear it, innit? You can just hear the bullshit on how he avoids swinging from high to low. This is madness as well. Just having some perspective, analyzing what we do, analyzing the data, striving to be better, but understanding as well that a lot of the things that we do are right, because if not, you just throw everything away and it's not right. Oh my Lord.
Yo, man. See, why Bro, you're just speaking of riddles. Like, what does even that even mean, bro? It's just a whole lot.
I don't know.
Honestly, man.
He goes on, right, on whether he leans on data to understand if his side played well or if he relies on the eye test.
Yeah.
More than that is you have a game in mind and we understand a game that we want to play that's going to give us the best chance to win it, how similar that game it was, and if that game has been shifted, how good we've been with that game that we had to play. And XG is one thing, but XG has to be really well analyzed. There are a lot of factors because you can get very frustrated with it as well. So it's the dynamic of the game. What was the sequence of play? How it happened? Who was involved in that? How accurate we've been in every phase? It's a lot. What is he talking about?
Bro, were we good enough or not? Like, it's just a whole bunch of riddles, bro. Call him the Riddler.
Bro.
I'll take the Riddler, bro. Honestly.
Riddles. On how often games go as he expects. In periods of time, a lot. Understanding why it goes the right way and the wrong way. So that's not too difficult to predict. I mean, ugh. On football, surely being impossible to predict. For example, Arsenal going 1-0 down against Spurs after dominating. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, but if you defend a second phase of a corner at the edge and you turn your body, it's very likely that you're going to concede a goal, a deflection, or a penalty. So that's a probability. I'm not surprised about that. I was really annoyed that with everything that we've done, we haven't scored. Now we concede. You know what, Mikel? You know why we conceded against Spurs? Because we didn't take our fucking chances. That's why.
Yeah. And we have not been doing it all season, bro. For the last 2 seasons, bro. The fact that we were not conceding or not scoring our chances last season when we placed Liverpool in the FA Cup, that's why we got knocked out. And it's the exact same thing against Man United this year in the FA Cup. We got knocked out because you've still got the same attack. This is what's annoying me with these quotes, Colin. Like him, the lack of movement from the board. Like, do they want to win trophies or not? And this is why I put obviously in the title it's going to be a rant, because I'm sick to death of people backing this board, backing the ownership, not seeing what's happening. Not seeing what's happening, bro. Like these guys do not care about
honestly,
winning.
bro. Do I even bother going through the rest of this transcript because it's just the same old drivel?
It's just the same old. It's just nothing precise, nothing clear, no accountability, no responsibility, Colin. That's what I think anyway. I think that Arteta needs to be held accountable for the mistakes he's made on the pitch and off the pitch. Some of the signings have not been good enough. They've not.
No,
and then the tactics on the pitch, this constant playing Thomas Partey at right back, it does not work. 6 games he's played at right back. We won 1 against Southampton, who were bottom with one win. The others has been draws and losses.
This is why I compare him to Wenger, bro. This is why I compare him to Wenger, right? Because Wenger would shoehorn players in the wrong positions all the time, and it would annoy the ever-living daylights out of me, right? I remember at a certain point where he would play Monreal as a centre-back in a 4. Now, Monreal as a centre-back in a 3, not a problem, right? Because, you know, he's on the left side and he can switch to the left-back area if need be. You can't do that in a 4.
No, you can't.
Right? So Monreal as a centre-back in a 2 was ridiculous. This guy plays players in the wrong position all the time, all right? And it's not just Thomas Partey he's done it to. He's done it to Calafiori. The fact that he's not playing him as a centre-half genuinely winds me up because I watched Calafiori for Bologna last season.
Yeah.
I watched the majority of their games last year, right?
Yeah.
And Calafiori was immense as a centre-half, yet he plays him at left-back. The guy is not a full-back. He's not.
Paul.
Like, I've watched him long enough to know that he's not that, okay? And when he joined us, I was like, okay, cover for, you know, Gabriel and Saliba. Great. Not at fullback, bro.
No.
Not at fullback. And you know what else? A lot of people will cite the injuries as an excuse. This is one thing that really does piss me off, yeah? You really think other teams don't have injuries? You really think other teams don't have injuries? Look at Spurs, mate. Look at them. How many injuries they got?
Depleted.
How many injuries they got, bro? And yet Tottenham fans are holding Ange to an account of, listen, you're not performing with the squad that you've had, and you've not done that since the start of the season. Yet, why does Arteta get the excuse of, oh, it's injuries? Why? What you're doing now is you're risking becoming Tottenham. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, a spicy
right?
Tottenham.
Because all these excuses, right? Oh, he's got injuries. Okay, every team has injuries. So what? And then it's, oh, the PGMOL, there's a conspiracy against Arsenal. Fuck off. Fuck off. If you've seen the decisions that we've been getting lately, how can you claim that there's a conspiracy? There's not. All right, there's absolutely not. And on the Kai Havertz goal, right? Again, handball, rightly given.
Yeah. No complaints.
Seriously.
No complaints. It's handball.
Only the people that are delusional will say that it's not handball.
100%, man.
All the bullshit I've heard like the last 2 days, brother. I'm tired of it. Like, I really am tired of it. I'm tired of his excuses. I'm tired of his constant. Do you know what I'm sick of, actually? Because I was thinking this yesterday, right? I'm tired of this inverted wing-back nonsense. Right? I understand why you play Miles Lewis-Skelly in that role because he's a midfielder. Funnily enough, if you actually played him in midfield, you'd probably get better than what you're getting now.
Yeah.
Right? But this inverted wing-back stuff needs to stop. All right? You play Calafiori as an inverted wing-back. The guy is not a left-back. He's not a central midfielder. So why are you doing it?
Makes no sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And when I deeped it, that whole left side needs a switch up, man.
Yeah, facts.
That whole left side needs a switch up, bro. Because the only players that we've got that can play the inverted wing-back role are Miles Lewis-Skelly and Zinchenko. And Zinchenko, rumors of him going off to Dortmund.
Yeah. This window, bro. This window.
Like,
we're selling players. We need to buy more.
What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing?
What is going on, bro? Honestly, it's just, and it's obviously pick up your point, Colin. Like, for me, that obviously winds me up about obviously some of the things Arteta says. Like, he said at the start of the season, we've got into this season light, short with the squad numbers. And I'm thinking, why are we doing this? This is the season that we're going to have the most games probably ever in a Premier League era because we've got more Champions League games. If we want to get further in the Cups, we're going to have more Cup games. Obviously, there's a potential if we don't get into the top 8 of the Champions League, we're going to have 2 playoff games again. So that can last 32 kind of concept, which is the first time that's happened in the Champions League. So you're looking at it, you're going to be playing maybe an extra 6, 7, 8 games on top of them. The players just coming back from a major tournament with the Euros. So it's like, bro, you're going to get more injuries than you'd normally do. That's just how football works, bro. We've seen it with Spurs. We've seen it with Man United. We've seen it with Chelsea. We've seen it with all these other teams. Manchester City last season, by the way, didn't have Kevin De Bruyne for 6 months. People forget this. And Erling Haaland was injured as well for like 2 months. People forget that as well. And they still won the league. So there's no excuse just because top players are injured like Saka and Ben White doesn't mean that your whole title charge just capitulates. That's not how football works, bro. You put together a squad that is good enough and big enough to last the entire season in multiple competitions. We've done that in the years that we've been involved in the Champions League and Premier League simultaneously. So this is not in the season where we have an excuse where we don't do it. So for me, comments like that, comments saying that we're really short, comments saying that these are the best owners in the world, I'm going to remember these comments. And then when it comes back, you don't have the excuse that you've not got injuries because you knew we were light in the first place. So what's going on? Why are you not calling out the owners? If it's a thing from the owners that made you go short, then call it out. But for me, I think that it's Arteta. He likes managing a small squad. He likes managing players that he trusts. He likes managing players that he can rely on. But at the end of the day, you cannot flog players. I feel sorry for someone like Timber. He's just come out from an ACL, and we're flogging the poor guy. He's playing every 3 days. He just had a major injury. He was out for nine months. Why is he playing every week? Because we haven't got anyone else. We haven't got Ben White, who's injured because he was flogged. Because we were flogging him for 18 months. And it was the same thing. And now what's going to happen, bro, is that we're going to rush Ben White back now, and then he's going to come into the place of Timber, who's going to break down eventually because he's played all these games, and then we're going to have to play Ben White every week because we've got no one else because Tommy else is going to be injured again. So,
how long was Timber out for last year, right? He was out for pretty much the entire season, right?
Yeah, the entire season, bro. He did the injury the first day of the season against Nottingham Forest, and I think he came on the last day of the season against Everton. So the whole season gone, 9 months gone out of it.
Yeah,
and now we're playing.
Now you're forcing it. Like you're playing in multiple games a week, bro. Like my man was coming off like a 9-month like injury, and you're playing him like oh god,
crazy stuff, bro.
Do you know what? Right, while you were talking, I was just glancing. I was just glancing over at the transcript, right, and I can't believe he's actually said this. Like this is just incredible to me. Like, oh my lord. On whether this season has seen more drizzle than usual, right? It's all about expectations, honestly. And it happened with our families, with my kids. What do you expect from my kids? Oh, no. It just gets more.
What I mean, bro.
But, bro, that's not the funny part. That's not the funny part. To get to his room and everything is tidy, go to the toilet and they flush every time.
Why is it, mate? This is what I'm saying. What's going on about? What's
bro? I'm trying to get through that quote without laughing, but it's damn near impossible. And the toothpaste is in the right place, and they eat, and they're always in time, and they're always dressed. It's not like this. I'm sorry, and we want everything perfect, but this game is very imperfect. And we want to be the best. And when you are there and the level of margins are so small, that's what it is. Bro, why is he talking about his fucking children for one?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What the fuck?
About.
Bro,
I'm confused again.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, are you mad?
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
Brother, he's moving more and more like Wenger by the week, bro.
Yeah, by the by, man. By the by, bro. Yeah, big up, obviously, everyone watching live. Big up Henry Ford, the panel. Big up, what, man? Do you guys think he should be sacked? See, for me, I said before, and I think Colin might agree, if he doesn't win a major this season, it's looking incredibly unlikely he doesn't. We should move on from him and get someone else that can. There's nothing wrong with saying that. He's done his time. He got also to a certain level. That's great. But now he's not the guy to take us forward over the line to get us major trophies. You can't even get the smaller trophies. We were knocked out the FA Cup and we're going out the League Cup. So for me, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? Thanks, Mikel. You've done your best, but obviously, ultimately, you're not the guy. Get someone in who's got previous experience of winning major trophies. Bring him in and let him finish what we started. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what do you think, bro?
You know what? I'm expecting a mid-season, season review with that involves the board and Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, regardless,
right?
Because his performance should be reviewed. Because honestly, that's how top clubs should operate.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. If you don't achieve your targets, review as to why you didn't. If there's a valid reason as to why you didn't, then we'll give you allowances. But if there's not a valid reason, then you should be on the chopping block because what you can't do at top clubs is allow this sort of shit to fester, because it's funny because this is what happened with Wenger, right? Time and time again, I don't know what his targets were, but the targets from a fan perspective was, once we brought in the likes of Ozil and Alexis, was okay, you've brought in these two Donnies, let's get challenging for the league, not necessarily the Champions League because we weren't quite there yet, but at least challenge for the title. And time again, from the fan perspective, he would fail at his targets. Now we all know what his actual targets were from a board perspective. It was top 4, last 16 of the Champions League, right? So from a board perspective, he was achieving those targets.
Yeah.
And again, from a fan's perspective, once you've seen us challenge for the league twice and get really close, there's going to be that expectation. That's just a natural progressive thing. And on the point where it's like he's got us to a certain point, and you know we might have to move on from him, like to get someone that can get us over the line. I don't necessarily disagree with that opinion. I don't. Like, I just, when I look at it, right, it's like, okay, you've got us to a certain point, but the certain point is winning the league.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was listening to the FCM podcast today, and an analogy was made where it's like, okay, I can see where they're going with this. It's like, you know the destination, right? But the bus driver doesn't have to remain the same.
True.
Right?
True.
Mikel Arteta is the one driving the bus at the minute. But that's not to say that we shouldn't change the bus driver.
Yeah, facts.
If you know what I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, okay. The argument is, who can we get in that's better than Arteta? Oh, gee, I don't know. Let's see who springs to mind. Antonio Conte. Like, you're telling me that Arsenal can't approach Napoli at the end of the season and go, we want Antonio Conte. What will it take? And don't tell me that Antonio Conte wouldn't want to manage Arsenal, because this guy has managed Spurs. Like, exactly. Come on. If Spurs can attract Antonio Conte, why can't we?
We definitely can, man. We definitely can.
Give me a valid reason why, right? Where it's not, but we don't. He doesn't really. He's not fit for Arsenal. Scrap all that bollocks.
Scrap it.
Right? Scrap all that. I've heard that for years, bro. Years. Now, will it happen? Knowing this board the way I do, probably not.
Yeah, I got no faith in this board at all, bro.
But you can't tell me that Arsenal can't attract a manager like Antonio Conte. Yeah. You can't. Because there's no valid argument that anyone can give me as to why we can't attract Conte. There's not. There's not.
We definitely could get him, bro.
And you know what? This is why I said to you that I'm not holding back anymore, yeah?
Yeah.
See all these excuse makers, right? You know what's funny about, some were saying you can't fault the team for the performance against Villa. Yes, you can, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're 2-0 up, right? You know you have to win against Aston Villa after what happened with Liverpool earlier in the day.
They won 2-0.
Right? You know you have to win. And how did their goals come about? By the way, Tops, this is basic shit we're talking about. Yeah. Very basic.
Schoolboy.
Right? Both their goals came from crosses. Now, the first one's horrendous. We know that Luka Dean can cross a ball, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone get tight to him? No. Does anyone stop the cross at the source? No. Very basic shit.
Yeah, basic defending, right? Man. Schoolboy.
Basic stuff. Cross floats in, bang, goal. Right? Second one is just as bad, right? Matty Cash, we all, like Luka Dean, we all know can cross the ball.
Both of them.
Right? Does anyone get tied to him? No. Does anyone stop the cross? No. And by the way, Thomas Partey, right? I don't care if he played right back. I don't blame him for playing right back, because that's on the manager for playing him there to begin with, right? Fact. But one thing you don't do is trod off like he did. Right? I don't care if you're playing right back. I don't care if you're playing centre back, whatever. Don't care. You don't trod off like he did when a player like Matty Cash is looking to cross the ball into the box. And what happens? He scored.
Yeah, go.
And from then on, we're panicking because we're scrambling for a winner last minute. Shouldn't have even got to that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have even got to that.
You shouldn't have, man. And I agree, bro.
And when I seen the stat, this is another thing that pisses me off. 2 wins against top half sides all season.
Shocking.
You're not, I'm sorry, bro. You are not, under any circumstances, winning a league with that record. Not happening.
No way.
Not happening. You can forget it. Like, and I know people will say, oh, but the points difference isn't that bad. It's still 6 and this and that. Bruh, forget the points.
Nah, forget it.
Forget the points. Forget the fact that it's mathematically still possible. Forget all that, right? Look at how we're defending on a week-to-week basis. Can you honestly tell me that you can win a league defending like we do? Nah.
No way.
Not a chance, bro.
No
and when
way.
you look at our record against top half teams, yeah, okay, we've got wins against bottom half sides, but look who our wins were against. Nottingham Forest, by the way, at home, and I'm not disrespecting Nottingham Forest. What they've done is incredible. But let's be real here. We should be beating Nottingham Forest at home, regardless of where they are in the league.
Facts.
All right? It's as simple as that. And then, what was it? It was Villa away, right? Now, and again, like Nottingham Forest, we should be beating Aston Villa no matter where they are in the league. I don't care if Unai Emery is their manager. I don't care if they got into the Champions League last year. I don't care. We should be beating Aston Villa regardless. Those have been our only 2 wins against top half sides.
Shocking, man. Shocking.
Brighton, how did that end?
Yeah. 2 draws.
Draw twice. We're not winning the league, bro. Forget the points difference. Forget the fact that it's mathematically possible. The record is abysmal, and the defending is just as bad. Like, forget it. It's not happening.
100%, bro. 100%. So, based off that, bro, do you think we're in the top 4 race now? Because like I was saying on the stream yesterday, if Man City beat us at the Emirates in a couple of weeks' time, they're going to be 3 points behind us, bro. 3 points. After all the defeats they've had the last 2 or 3 months. 3 points behind us. Oh, my God. And they've see, that's a proper board, bro, because they've seen their season being a calamity, and they've gone out and spent 100 mil on 2 centre-backs and they're forward. And they're probably not going to be done there. They're probably going to spend another piece of money on whether it's another winger or midfielder to replace Rodri. That's how a proper club operates. There's no secret or no reason why they're the team that have won 6 out of 7 league titles the last 7 years, bro. Because that's how they move, bro. Why don't Arsenal do that? We have an opportunity to get the title if we just invest in the team properly. Get a forward, get a winger, get a backup, right back who can play when Timber is obviously feeling the pressures of playing every 3 days. Ben White's is going to come back from another knee injury. Tommy Aster's got a knee injury. You can't rely on him either. Get these players in so we've got a fit enough squad to compete in the league and the Champions League. But this board they're just happy with top 4. And this is, bro, it's like deja vu, bro. I remember us talking like this when Wenger was there, when we were just getting top 4 and we wanted to win the league. We were getting the FA Cup here and there. We're like, look, we need a striker. Giroud is a good backup. He's a good squad striker, but he needs help. We need another striker. The board wouldn't do it. And what happened? We ended up needing not just a striker, then a midfielder, then more defenders, and then that's how it multiplies, bro. And then you're looking at it, you're thinking, we need 6, 7 players now. Like, you waited so long just to get the 2 that were ready. We need 6 or 7. So, man, I just think we need a real conversation about where this board is taking us. They need to prove to the fans that they are serious about winning a major trophy. Because as much as I obviously criticize Arteta and criticize his team selections, which I think he has been really, really wrong this season, I do feel like, bro, you can see the squad needs more players. You can see that. Like, why are you not? From the 1st of January, we should be going out for players, getting signings, getting a right back, getting this and that to help us in the competition we were in at that point. Now we're at the FA Cup, we're at the League Cup, and now we're scrambling in the Premier League and the Champions League. God knows what's going to happen with that. So, for me, do you think we're actually going to make a signing, bro, in January?
Bro, I'm resigned to the fact that we ain't signing anyone.
No, man, I've given up, man.
I'm resigned, right? Do you know what? Do you know why? Yeah, because one is the 20th of January, right? So we're 20 days into the window and they've not done anything. And all I'm seeing is summer. All I'm seeing is we're looking at summer targets and this and that. Fuck off, man. We need players now. All right. Enough of this fucking summer. Like, And that one thing I have noticed, right? As soon as there was a bad result happens, what comes out straight after? The Arsenal PR of we're awesome, man. We're looking at your career. See, no. All right. I've been around too long to be fooled by that. I've seen this shit before. And on the point where you're like, we're getting to the Wenger days again, bro. We're already there.
We're
already there, bro. The manager's talking gibberish. The board aren't acting to help him. Our defense is a shambles. Our record against top teams is horrendous. I mean, the manager's shoehorning players into the side, playing them out of position all the time. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it is. It is literally the same.
It's the same thing, bro. The same thing. So anyone that says we're not and we've moved on from the Wenger era, from the Wenger days, bro, we're right back where we were. It's a vicious cycle, right? It's okay. We've got this squad. Oh, but we just need 1 or 2 additions. Oh, we're mathematically able to still win the league. Oh, and we can't win the league because our record's a shambles. Oh, he's shoehorning players. Oh, the board aren't helping him. Vicious cycle, bro. It's rinse and repeat. I am used to this. Like, and this narrative that injuries are the reason why we're not like there. It's just not true. Other teams have injuries. It's not an excuse. It's not. Like, honestly, if you use excuses, if you're one of these, okay, I referred to them as excuse makers the other week, and which I still stand by, to be honest. I still stand by that, right? But I'm going to call out a few people here because they've really pissed me off with what they're saying, right? And trust me, I'm going to mention them by name. So brace yourselves. When I said I'm not holding back, I meant it. Egal, right? I've heard your bullshit all season, right? And the one thing you've said this week and last week was, oh, Mikel's got us to this certain point. That's why we can't sack him. Then you're like, oh, if Mikel's got the players performing above their levels. Oh, all this shit that you've been talking, right? Bro, I'm gonna ask you this. Actually, that's another one. He's also said that Arsenal fans who don't want the manager just pay attention to their own club and don't pay attention to other plights that other teams have. Like, bro, are you delusional? Like, you're talking shit. You are talking absolute bullshit. And I've had enough of it. Enough of this nicey crap. All right? Are these players... Actually, I'll ask you, Tops, right? Do you think this squad is bad? Yes or no?
The squad?
Like,
it's not
overall.
Great, bro. I can't lie. It's not great. It should be doing better than it has been doing, though. But, you know, it's all right.
Yeah, but like, do you think, like, okay, I'll rephrase it, right? Is it worse than... Would you say it's worse than Chelsea's squad?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do, yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll not reword it, but look, personally, I don't think this squad is as bad as people are making out. I don't think that, okay, there's duds in the team, obviously, but it's not as bad as some are suggesting. Don't get me wrong, the attack's mid, but I don't think the defense is as bad as some make out, and I don't think the midfield is either. Obviously, there are duds in both of those areas, but that's not me suggesting that it's terrible, right? But if this squad is as bad as someone like a Gal is suggesting, because he's suggested that Arteta's got the players performing above their level. If that's the case, that goes back to the manager then, because who signed all the duds?
Yeah. This
who
is my
signed them
argument,
all?
bro.
Like it's honest to God, it's mad. Like seriously, if I was on shows with these lads, yeah, I would school them. I'd run rings around them, bro, because time and time again, I just hear them talking absolute shit that if we sack Arteta, we'll drop like a pack of cards. I'm sorry. Is Arteta this god? Like, does this manager, like, did you invest in stocks in Arteta when he was appointed? Like, why can't he be criticized? Why not?
Yeah.
I don't get it. All these people just go on like, oh, he's infallible to criticism. Bro, he's not. He's not.
He's gone.
And look, listen, man. This is a rival fan.
This is it, trolling, bro. Look at this.
Listen,
I want him to sign a lifetime contract like Wenger. You see,
bro,
this is what we're getting, bro. This is what we're getting,
bro. This is a rival fan.
Fan, man.
Right? Who knows we're not winning a league under this manager?
Yeah. This is when they start doing this, bro.
He knows this. This is why this happens. All right.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. We get it on the Wenger. We want you to stay. You know the chant.
Exactly, bro. People forget we were there during the prime Wenger out days. We were there.
Prime.
Like we know. Like it's.
Just give him another 200 million. He hasn't been back. He's nearly spent $1 billion. Oh my god, it's a disgrace. Big up for.
What's he going to spend that 200 million on? About 8 Morenos.
Yeah, this is it. He'll probably get another keeper, man. Another 3 keepers, another centre back, another right back. Just neglect the attacking areas again, man. Flipping now. But yeah, bro, this is what me and Colin are talking about. When rival fans start doing this and start saying, give him a lifetime contract, I want him to stay. Bro, I did the exact same thing with Ten Hag. I wanted him to stay. I'm doing the exact same thing with Ange. I want him to stay as long as possible. Because I know with these managers, these guys are not going to be serious. They're going to be down the bottom where they normally are. They're going to be rubbishing around, fighting each other in 13th, 14th with these guys at the helm. So I'm just like, yeah, cool. You can keep these guys. I hope Ten Hag stays for another 200, 300 years. This is what happens, bro. This is what happens, man. $1 billion for one FA Cup. Yeah, exactly. $1 billion for one FA Cup. That's it. That's it, Colin. He's won one FA Cup, and then it's going to be 6 years. It's absolutely ludicrous. How could you not want to ask questions of the manager when that is his record, bro? I could understand if he'd won maybe like a Europa League here, a League Cup here, and he had like 3 or 4 trophies over the last 5-6 years. And you think, you know what? He's not won the big ones, but at least he's won. He's got a good foundation of the smaller ones. But bro, one FA Cup. One, and that was in the first 6 months. So he ain't won a trophy in like 5 years. It's madness.
And by the way, we might have won the Europa League if he hadn't played Smith Rowe as a false 9 in the first leg.
Oh, bro, in the semi-final. Oh my lord. You could understand it if he's done it over clubs.
So honestly,
by Pep.
Who's that on? I wonder. Who's that on? It's not on the board. It's not on the board.
Comes full circle, doesn't it, bro?
Because and again, this is what people like a gal don't understand. Right? We're not saying sack him now.
Yeah.
Right? What we're saying is there should be criticism leveled at this guy, because when I hear him talking about his kids, like in relation to our current form, what am I meant to think, bro? What's am I meant to think? He's going on about, oh, you got to get to the toilet, and if you don't flush it right, and everything. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. And then when we lost to Newcastle, he's going on about the ball being different. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, start to lose it, man.
You're becoming more and more like Wenger by the fucking day, bro. By the fucking day. And my worry is, because both me and Tops understand how toxic it got towards
that's what we
Wenger,
left,
right?
YouTube scene, man.
And that's one of the prime reasons why I left, because it just got so bad towards the end. And what could happen, I'm not saying it will, but if things don't improve, you're going to see Arteta out banners. Planes flying over the stadium, right? And then a cult of Arteta ins that will defend this man to the hilt.
Yeah.
And use other things to deflect away from the manager. I'm already seeing it. Some people are saying, oh, AFTV is the problem as to why. Like,
no,
it happened. It's happening already, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this cult of Arteta is genuinely the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. Because with them, it's like you can't criticize the man. When it comes down to bad results, the referees are the problem. We've got this amount of injuries and this and that. Wait till we have the full squad back. We'll be fine. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, let's call a spade for what it is. All right? Like, honest to God, I swear, like, these people care more about Arteta than they do Arsenal, bruv. Like, I
seem like it, man.
I swear to God, these people care more about us. I nearly called them Arsenal.
Too many R's, man. Arsenal, Arteta.
Bro,
Arsenal.
This is what, when I hear him now, like, that's what my mind thinks. Like, my mind goes to Arsene Wenger. It does.
Yeah. No.
Like, I know I nearly called him Arsene Wenger, but you can see the similarities already.
Yeah, 100%, man.
This cult of Arteta will not criticize him, and I swear to God, they care more about him than they do the actual football club. Because when the Zubimendi stuff came out, what was the first thing they were saying? Oh, see, Arteta's the reason. Why is Zubimendi signing? He's the reason. Okay. I heard that under Wenger too, you know. Right? Because with the contracts of Ozil and Sanchez, the one thing that they would always say was, once Wenger signs, Ozil and Sanchez will sign. Well, Sanchez didn't sign. Ox didn't sign. Ozil did because his agent took the piss.
Yeah. He gave him 300 grand.
He didn't sign because of Wenger.
Exactly.
Like, are you mad?
Exactly, bro. Big up my man. I feel like Arteta is becoming the new Wenger. No chance of winning the Champions League, no chance of winning the league, but comfortable in top 4. That is a very, very good observation. It literally is carbon copy, man. Like, you know, he's not got the capability, especially Wenger towards the end. That he's not going to win the league. He's not going to win any 2 of the majors. But at least Wenger was decent in the cups. He took them seriously. He got us to 3 FA Cups in 4 years? The last 4 years he was managing. So at least he took them seriously. Arteta just. We're going out in the 3rd and 4th round in the FA Cup every year. It's actually madness. You know what? I've come from listening to Martin Keown talking about managers shouldn't hide behind this phase, trust the process. Why he has a blind spot for Arteta. Yes, he does have a blind spot for Arteta. Really, listen,
I love Martin Keown, but let's be real, man. He did this under Wenger too.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I remember when Piers Morgan was on BT Sport, right, and they were having a little debate, and he was going on about, you know, Wenger deserving the chance to finish the job off. Like, he's doing exactly the same with Arteta, bro. He's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, 100%. Cole, listen, maybe he had a point with the ball. The weather was quite cold as well. Oh, see, this is what I'm saying. Don't come out and say this stuff because you give rival fans ammunition to batter Arsenal fans.
Bro,
saying this. Oh, just we lost. We lost.
Watch rival fans take those quotes in the Sky Sports interview and use that as a stick to batter us with. Watch, because it will happen.
100%. They did it with Wenger. When Wenger used to do the "why you look at me" and all this stuff, and specialist in failure, and bro, when stuff like this starts to come out, you know it's the beginning of the end, in my opinion. You know it's the beginning of the end. But taking out all the trolling, if he doesn't win anything this season, he should be sacked. 100%. This is what we're saying, bro. This is what we're saying. Yeah. Like, you've had enough money and time. It's not. I just don't get this feeling of we're out of order because after 5 years, we've had a bit of enough. Yes. He's got us the title challenges, but he's not won any trophies in the meantime. It wouldn't be too bad if, like I said, the last couple of years we were challenging for the title, but we won a couple of FA Cups and League Cups. And at least got something to put my teeth into and say, you know what? He's not won us the league yet, but he's picking up these little trophies and building up his own CV as well as the clubs in terms of trophy picking, and we're doing well in the league at the same time. That's obviously always the difference between someone like a Ten Hag, who was doing really well in the cups, but atrocious in the league. Arteta's doing okay in the league, obviously getting second, but not doing really good in the cups, getting knocked out in the first or second round. So, like, for me, it's all about balance, bro. Like, if you can't win the big ones, make sure you win the small ones. And he's not doing either for me. So, yeah, if he got sacked, if the board came out and said, look, Arteta, you've had this amount of money, you've not got us any trophies since obviously you got all your team, we want to move on, then that's fair enough, man. There's no real problem with that, in my opinion. So, yeah,
you know what? That Klopp one's a good example, actually, right? Did he won the league? Yes, but when he didn't, he still went for like the Champions League. He still went for like the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. I mean, okay, the season where they were on for a quadruple, right? They just lost out to City for the league, and they lost out to Real Madrid in the Champions League. But they did a double that season because they won the Carabao Cup and they won the FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
And Liverpool fans viewed that as a disappointment, which I get, because when you're on for the quadruple, just coming out with a double, it's like, oh, we thought we were going to do it, and it's a bit of a disappointment. I get that. But with Arsenal, we're not going for a quadruple.
No.
We're not even going for one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just... Listen, I've said it multiple times. Arteta is Pochettino at Spurs. I'm sorry, but he is. Right? The argument with Pochettino was, yeah, you're building something, but you need to win a trophy to get over the line, right? At what point do we concede that we're becoming that?
Yeah.
And becoming Tottenham. Right? Now, what gets me is Arsenal fans will laugh at Tottenham and everything else, right? And in the same breath, they won't hold our club to the same account, right? They laugh at Tottenham for not winning trophies.
Yeah.
Well, we've not won one in 5 years, so what's the difference?
Nothing.
What is the difference between Mikel Arteta and Mauricio Pochettino when he was at Tottenham? Seriously, what is the difference? There's zero difference, bro. Zero. You know, take the FA Cup aside, which, by the way, he won it in his first half season, right? So the majority of the players were there under Unai Emery. He had, right. And if you ask me, there are certain players in that Unai Emery team that walk into this side.
Oh, 100%, man.
So I'm just like, personally, I don't get it. I don't get it, and I've just seen that Villa aren't willing to let John Duran leave, and yet that's someone that we've been linked to this window as well. Well, guess what? John Duran ain't going anywhere, bro.
Yeah, no way.
He's signed until 2030, right? So he's still got 5 years left on his deal anyway. And on the Cunha stuff as well, because I've seen that floating about, yeah. Anyone that thinks we were signing Cunha this window is delusional because, listen, if Wolves sell Cunha this window, what that does is it sends a message to the Wolves fan base that they're basically resigned to relegation when they're in the middle of a relegation battle.
Facts. It's gonna be
never happening, bro.
No,
never happening.
Never happening. Never happening, bro. Like, there's no way, especially with how close they are. They are literally level on points with Ipswich, who are just in the relegation zone. They're obviously in 17th. So yeah, there's no way they're gonna let their best player go in January with no time to replace him. It's absolutely ludicrous. After Arteta leaves, looking back at it in 10 years' times, what do you have to point to? Yeah, we played well, challenged for the league. We were the first losers. This is always my point as well. We want to look back at trophies, not the fact that we did well in a certain period. People won't remember the team. When Leicester won the league, who came second playing good football? Spurs. Do you remember that? No, it was actually, Arsenal that came second.
Do you know what? Both we were shocking last season, but again,
we were so bad, man.
We were so bad. I get the point because Spurs came second when Antonio Conte won the league with Chelsea. Now, do you remember Tottenham during that season?
No one remembers it, man.
No, you don't. All you remember is Antonio Conte lifting the league with Chelsea. That is literally the only thing you remember. And that is why I appreciate someone like Conte. Because, look, this guy, right, this season, he understood that he didn't have great win-backs, right? And they got battered first game of the season. I can't remember who it was against, but Napoli got battered first game of the season, but what does Antonio Conte do? He realizes he can't play a straight-the-back stuff because he doesn't have great rim-backs, right? So he switches to a 4-3-3, and all of a sudden, Napoli are top of the league.
That's it. That's what.
Seriously, that is what management is all about. Adapting in games. Arteta, bro, this guy doesn't adapt. He doesn't. He plays the. And by the way, let's talk about the style of football for a second. It's atrocious, right? It's absolutely atrocious. I feel as if. Okay, I've seen the comparisons with Jose Mourinho, right? On some level, I do agree. But what Mourinho's teams have that this Arsenal side doesn't is a big centre forward. You can just go back through the years. Lukaku at Man United, Zlatan at Man United, Molito, Eto'o, Zlatan at Inter still. Benzema at Real Madrid. Facts. Drogba, Shevchenko, and all these other guys at Chelsea, Diego Costa. Do you see that? It's not even that difficult to comprehend. It's really not. A striker doesn't fix everything, but it would sort of ease our problems a little bit. The fact he's not bought a forward in 5 years is a sackable offence.
Yeah, it's a massive red flag.
In fact, what is a sackable offence is the way we defended at Villa. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. You know what? Here's a thought, because this has been going through my head for the last 5 minutes, actually. If any one of these excuse makers want to debate me on this shit, I will happily go on their podcast and run rings around them. Right? Because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. And yes, you know what? I'll be, do you know what? Here's a challenge, right? I will be respectful to any one of these excuse makers that wants to invite me on their podcast, right? I will be respectful. I will let them talk and all of that.
Yeah.
But don't tell me that if Arteta leaves, the levels are going to drop, because I'm telling you, they won't. They won't. All right? This squad is nowhere near as bad as the squad that he inherited, because you've still got you've still got Declan Rice. You've still got Bukayo Saka. You've still got Ben White. You've still got Saliba. You've still got Gabriel. You've still got Odegaard. You've still got, we might not have Thomas Partey by the end of the season, but even still, there's a good foundation to work with. And look, I will never discredit the job that Mikel has done because he's given us a good foundation to work with.
Yeah.
But here's the issue. We shouldn't have this one-track mindset where Mikel is our guy and we're not going to change it. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. Like, we appreciate what he's done, but he can't get us over the line. That's been proven.
Yeah.
That's been proven. Miss me with the FA Cup bullshit. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? If you're hanging your hat on an FA Cup that you won in 2020, brother, you'll be waiting a long fucking time. Like, it'll be a long day for you, let me tell you.
100%, man. 100%. Believe in Lord Havertz. He's a Champions League winner. No, 100%, bro. And the thing is, as well, it's not even just obviously the title challenges that he didn't win. People, they sleep on the fact that in 2022, 2023, we were in the Europa League. We got knocked out by Sporting Lisbon. That was a great opportunity to win a European trophy, man. Like, Sporting Lisbon got knocked out the next round against Juventus, I think. So that was a great opportunity to win either one of those two trophies at that season, at least, man. Especially when people obviously weren't expecting us to challenge for the league that season. But even so, like, when you're in a position where you can win all the trophies, you got to capitalize on it. And again, I just feel like when it comes to pressure situations, when it's literally you have to win or you're out, you have to win or you're out the title race, he just falls short every single time, whether it's a bad mistake he makes, whether it's the team selection, whether it's how we set up, it's how we play, the fact we ain't got a clinical striker, all these things play a part. And unfortunately for him, he's a part of all these decision makers in terms of us not getting a striker or him playing Thomas Partey at right back, or the way we set up doesn't really create too many chances for obviously our forwards who are not clinical. So yeah, I think it's all a accumulation of things and decision makings he makes in the crunch times, man. Like, if we got to the Champions League final, I have no faith we would win it just because it's a pressure game. And I'm like, does Mikel Arteta have the cojones in the big game to make the right team selection, the right substitutions to make sure that we get over the line by a hook or by a crook? And for me, I've not seen any evidence that he can do that, man. I've not seen any evidence that he can do that. But yeah, listen, you can't choose what ball they use, all right? Give the man a break, please. Yeah, this guy's an ultimate troll, man. Ultimate troll. But big up anyway for tuning in anyway. But yeah, on to obviously the next game, Colin. We've got Dynamo Zagreb in the Champions League. What changes, if any, are you expecting of the team that played against Aston Villa, bro?
Do you know what? I don't think it fucking matters, bro. Honest to God, bro, I couldn't give a shit what team you select. I really don't. Do you know what? I'm at that point where I was under. I'm almost at that point where I was when Wenger was in charge. Damn. And you know, there's a specific game that comes to mind, right? I think it was Newcastle at St James's Park. I seen the game was on, right? And it was either watch the game or do housework around my house. I chose housework around my house.
There you go.
And that was when I was still doing the YouTube stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's
so no one can say, oh, you chose that because you weren't doing like the Arsenal channel still. No, I was still doing it. I was still doing it then. And I'm really close to getting to that point because I know what I'm gonna get with the Arsenal games now. Like I know what I'm gonna get. Havertz is gonna play up top, despite dropping another stinker yet again.
He was awful, man.
I know. I mean, Sterling, mate, fucking up this guy. What a waste of a signing.
Yeah.
And did you see how he lost the ball?
Yeah.
In the Villa game, fucking hell. Like Jesus.
Not good enough.
Part of that is down to the manager too, because he's not. He's given him no confidence.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like he barely plays him. It's like
doesn't bring him on.
At some point, it gets to a certain point, right, where you actually feel bad for Sterling, actually, because I mean, I do think that he's useless, but at the same time, I don't really blame him for being useless because the manager doesn't play him.
Yeah.
He doesn't. So does it? I don't think it matters. like Sterling probably will start because let's be real, who we got. Trossard's been decent the last couple of games.
Yeah, he has.
But you know, at least that's something. How long will it last? I don't know, but that's that. Mikel Merino again dropping another stinker.
Yeah, he was awful again as well.
How long? I don't know. You're asking me?
And this is not even me like trolling. Like I just don't know. I don't know what he provides the team. You know, he's not progressive.
Why do you think I would know? I don't know.
Bro, I don't know. He's not defensively secure. He's not progressive. He's not quick. Like he's not quick on the ball. Bro, I don't know.
Bro, I know you value my opinion, and you like actually like respect you come to me when you need stuff. But bro, with Mikel Merino, I'm stumped.
Bro, I just need a second opinion because I've got no answers, bro. If someone asks me, I'm like, I don't know.
Bro, you ain't getting a second opinion off of me, bro. I'll tell you right now. You know what I mean? Like,
my God.
And you know what? Here's another thing, actually. When I deeped it, right? Jakub Kiewar, yeah? Arteta signed Jakub Kiewar 2 seasons ago. Why is he not playing him at centre back? Tell me that.
No, bro.
Does he not trust him? Well, if you don't trust him, that's an indictment on you because you fucking bought him.
Yeah, this is what we're saying, guys. Like we're getting to the stage now where you don't have the excuse of it's Unai Emery's players or it's Arsene Wenger's players. These are all players he's either re-signed to new contracts or he signed himself under his tenure. So when he doesn't play them, there's no excuse of they're not his players or he doesn't trust them or whatever. No, these are your signings. So Kiwior is your centre back backup. So when Saliba or Gabriel gets injured, Kiwior's supposed to come in. The fact that you chose to play your active right back in centre back and then play a midfielder who's been our best midfielder on the ball this season at right back, these decision makings, that's what's going to cost you your job because ultimately it's cost us the game. Partey made 2 glaring errors at right back, not closing down Digne for the first goal, letting Ollie Watkins run it into space, free in our box for the second goal, and that's ultimately cost us and gave away a 2-goal lead. We would have won the game if we had someone else at right back. That's as simple as that. We all know Thomas Partey, he tires in midfield, never mind at right back. Like we've seen it. It's a combination of games where he plays so well in the first half, then the second half he gets tired, he loses the ball, gets sloppy. You happy like at Spurs, by the way, he was getting pressed in the second half because he was getting tired. His legs have gone. He can't do 90 minutes at a high intensity level in midfield, especially at right back either. So for me, that is a glaring observation that you've missed, Mikel. And yeah, it's cost us, man. It's cost us. So yeah, big old this guy. To be fair, Timber was centre back with Martinez at Ajax. Was Timber bad? No, we're not saying that Timber was bad.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't.
The mistake of playing Timber at centre back is the fact that our right back was our midfielder. Like I would rather you just keep Timber at right back and play Kiwior at centre back. So at least you've got all defenders in the back line. When you start changing up,
and again, it all comes back to the comparisons with Wenger, right? He's playing. I mean, Timber has played as a centre back. He played as a centre back for Ajax. Well, you signed him as a centre back and you've turned him into a fullback. Like Wenger used to do that. Like because Ramsey was signed as a wide midfielder and he plays him as a central mid. You know, Rosicky was signed as a wide player as well.
Yeah,
turns him into a central midfield player. Cazorla was signed as a number 10. He pushes him out wide to the left and then brings him into midfield again.
Yeah.
This constant shuffling of just roles in the team. It doesn't help. It doesn't. Like this. What I would say on that comment, right? The Henry stuff, right? Henry wasn't good as a winger. He definitely wasn't. You moved him because Henry had like that physical dominance about him, right? He was able to play as a striker. And the more he played it, the more like he developed as a footballer. Right? And it's Henri is the one where I'm like, that's probably one of the few that worked. But if you look at Rosicky, if you look at Ramsey, if you look at Cazorla, if you look at all these guys who, Wenger swapped into different positions, very few of them worked. Very few of them worked. And to be honest, I'm done with the manager putting players in positions where they're not comfortable. I'm done with it. All right. And just based on what I'm hearing, we were looking to get Vlahovic in on loan instead of signing him directly. Juve are having none of it.
Yeah.
Juve are open to the idea of selling Vlahovic on a permanent this window, right? Yet we're coming in there cheap style and going, oh, we'll give you a loan with no obligation. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Like, seriously, this club will drive you insane if you let them, bruv.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Big up Juan says, look, last transfer, last minute. Loan signing, yeah, that's it, man. This club's not serious. Listen, I wouldn't want Sterling at my club even for free. When I saw Arsenal signing him, I was surprised. 100%, man. Me too. Just splash the cash. Remember when Arsenal put in a bid for Suarez transfer fee plus £1? Yeah, another one of Wenger's smart ideas that didn't pay off. So
that's a gem, isn't it?
Yeah. Literally cost us the league doing that nonsense. Just pay the 50 million. We would have got him.
And by the way, chasing Suarez cost us Higuain as well.
Yeah.
He went to Napoli that same window as well.
Yeah. So what a horrendous window, man. What a horrendous window. But yeah, man, I'll probably conclude this episode of obviously Arsenal and Chill. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and do all that good stuff. Colin, my bro, tell the people what you got coming up on your Twitch channel, my friend. Here we go.
Lads, links there. Right? Yeah, Can't miss it. All right? Now, as far as what I've got, I mean, Arsenal's really messed me up this week because do you know what? I tried streaming on Saturday and I was so pissed off that I just jacked it off after an hour.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
I mean, thanks Arsenal for that.
I don't blame you, bro.
But yeah, 5 points off the title and Man United being a real pain in my ass. They won't go away. But hey, do you know what the mad thing is? This is United under Moyes as well. This ain't United under Fergie. This is United under Moyes, isn't it?
Oh,
so yeah, it's not great. What I might do actually, just to save myself like the stress of like doing multiple saves over on the Twitch, I might just do like little mini saves on the YouTube as well.
Yeah.
So, which will be a lot more, I guess, less time consuming because I don't have to do it all in one shot. So I might do a Super League save. Do you know what I might do actually? This is a fun idea. A director of football save on FM. Now I'm looking into how it's done, but difference is we're gonna sit Mikel down. Right? We're gonna sit him down. He's going to be given targets. Doesn't achieve those targets. Bye-bye.
That's it. You're done.
Bye-bye. Actually, that's another thing. Why are we working with an interim director of football again?
Bro,
Edu left months ago and we're just doing this interim shit. Like, what?
No wonder we can't get any signs. We ain't got director of football, man. What is going on? Who's running this ship here? What a calamity,
Mate,
honestly.
It's mad, isn't it? Like,
bro, like, seriously. They couldn't organize a queue. Like, what's going on? Man.
Jesus, man.
But yeah, make sure you guys obviously check out Colin's Twitch channel. Obviously, the link's going to be in the bio of the description. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. I'll catch you guys obviously soon. I'll probably do obviously I'm going to do a watch along for the Arsenal game. So yeah, stay tuned for that on Wednesday. That should be fun. Hopefully we can get back to winning ways. But yeah, I'm not too sure at the minute with this team. But we shall see, man. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. As always, don't hate the play at the game. Until then, I'm out. Peace.